the insane technology behind SpaceX's Raptor engines. Welcome back to TechSphere, guys. Hope you're having a good day. In today's video, we will talk about the insane technology behind SpaceX's Raptor engine. Will SpaceX's Raptor engine solve all the problems that previous engines were imposing in the way to explore space? When you will get to know about the insane technology behind SpaceX's Raptor engine, it will blow your mind because maybe in the near future, SpaceX's will do something that is miraculous for most people on Earth. So if you are curious to find out why these engines are so important and what's the basic physics that is making them so special, stay with us until the end of the video. Before we move forward, hit the subscribe button to get notified about the latest tech news. Do you guys know what's the main problem and difficulty in most of the space missions? It's the speed of our rockets that is too slow, yet as compared to the target missions our companies like NASA want to achieve. In fact, besides speed, there are many other problems which need some modern and the most latest technologies of time to overcome them. But let me tell you, since Perseverance is sending the latest pictures of Mars, and the way it landed and the whole world has seen the recording, nothing is impossible in the near future, and man is already deciding to live on Mars. But all of these things need some good technology, right? But why is this Raptor engine is making so much fuss? What's so special about it? The first and most unique thing is that the Raptor engine will use liquid methane as its fuel, which no orbital rocket has ever used up till now. So this is going to be interesting. But before we dive into more details of this engine, let me tell you what this SpaceX mission meant for and why Elon Musk is so much concerned about it. Guys, Elon Musk's SpaceX mission is far beyond our thinking. He is preparing to make Mars's atmosphere livable for human beings. For this purpose, he is developing the Starship that will be able to orbit Earth, Moon, and even Mars. This Starship is going to orbit Mars and deliver some important things to start developing conditions for plantation. Musk further says that he chose Mars for transferring human beings to Mars because Mars is the closest planet to Earth and receives enough sunlight. Although it is a little bit cold and its atmosphere has carbon dioxide, nitrogen, argon, and some trace elements, so plantation on Mars is literally possible. Rover is already on the mission to change the Mars's atmosphere a little bit. The main mission of Elon Musk is to make Mars habitable for man, in short. And for this purpose, he has built a Starship. Guys, Starship's Raptor engine is not an ordinary one. Let's discuss its features one by one. As the Starship is going to lift heavy loads, probably about 100 tons, its engine needs to be very, very powerful, more than any rocket ever developed. SpaceX has already developed many other rockets like Falcon 9, which also has a powerful engine capable of lifting a payload of about 800 kilograms to low Earth orbit. Its engine is the Merlin engine, developed by SpaceX itself. Similarly, Falcon Heavy is another powerful rocket powered by 27 Merlin engines, together which is capable of developing 5 million pounds of thrust. One can't forget Dragon, powered by Draco and Super Draco engines. It is the first private spacecraft to take humans to Earth orbit and is also capable of sending cargo back to Earth. Then comes the Starship SN-15. Its engine is designed with much care and effort due to its large and you can say heavy purpose. To have more power than any other rocket developed, for the Starship to orbit Mars and send some cargo there, SpaceX decided to develop Raptor. The design of the engine that SpaceX has developed for Starship is insane, and it has resulted into a beast. Few other companies have also tried to develop something like this, but none of them have been successful up until now. So let me tell you about the awesome features of the Raptor engine. Each of the Raptor engines has a weight of about 1.5 tons. That is going to give 11 million horsepower to Starships. This might just be a number to you guys, but let me explain that the strongest engine, the Bugatti Veyron, the most powerful sports car ever made, can deliver only 1,200 horsepower. So you can just imagine how powerful the Raptor engine is. The propelling sound of the Raptor engine is about 10 times the speed of sound, you know. Isn't that shocking? So the whole world will be watching when this beast will be propelled into the air for the first time. However, in Texas on May 5th, the Starship SN-15 prototype successfully completed a high-altitude flight test. Let me shock you even more with some more interesting features. The fuel inside burns with so much high temperatures that it is capable of melting the walls of the rocket around it. But it doesn't happen at all. But how? Physics is everything, guys. The way the flame is kept away from the walls prevents them from being melted by its temperature. So this is how the flow of gas is manipulated. Similarly, some super cold fuel is also allowed to flow into the walls to provide it some extra security. The Raptor engine works like most of the other rockets. It expels the gases and pushes the spacecraft forward. But what makes it unique is that the engineers have worked in a very beautiful way to make it a mighty beast. There is a noticeable difference, guys. This engine does not need combustible igniter fluid as compared to a Merlin engine. It is so because SpaceX used a full-stage combustion cycle, and the engine ignition inside contains dual redundant spark plugs lit torch igniters. So here comes the best and the most unique part of the Raptor engine. It is the use of liquid methane fuel. Raptor combines oxygen and methane, which are cooled for propellant, as close to its freezing points. So the physics behind this freezing temperature is that at this cold temperature the fuel becomes more dense, providing a strong propelling force to it. Why methane and not other fuels? As Raptor is going to use a fuel that previous rockets have not used in them, there are some benefits in using it. Methane fuel has higher performance than others, and additionally, it has low cost. As compared to other hydrogen-based engines, it is far easier to store too at cryogenic levels. More methane can be stored in the same tank as compared to hydrogen because it is lighter in weight than hydrogen. If we compare methane to kerosene, then kerosene makes residues during burning, which is known as coking. This phenomenon leads to reusability issues of rockets. So methane is better. Another reason why Raptor is so much more powerful than any other rocket in the world is that no other rocket engine can produce this much energy for propelling by using methane and oxygen. In addition, before the methane and oxygen enters the fuel chamber, they are converted to gas phase so that each and every drop of it is used efficiently. Another interesting fact about methane fuel is that as starships are going to land on Mars, and you might not know, Mars is full of methane, so they are going to refuel it on Mars to come back to Earth. So the idea is clear from the start of this mission. What to do in an easier way and how to make the engine reusable at any cost. It is just like any other trip by air, refueling your plane on another airport before it takes off for coming back. So if it happens, you can have cheaper trips to Mars in the future. Now if we compare Raptor to Merlin engine, then Raptor is more efficient as it can produce higher pressure, having chamber pressure of 300 bar and total thrust of about greater than 200 tons. Guys, the full flow design of the engine has many other benefits. First of all, the use of sealing between the fuel and the oxidizer is not needed. This sealing creates problems in other rockets. Alas, the pumping system does not need to bear the extensive pressure too, as compared to other rockets, leading to a lot of problems. In the testing phase, Raptor has already achieved 330 bar of pressure without explosion, and it is really surprising. In short, Raptor has crushed other rockets in all things, especially in efficiency and safety. There are two variants of the Raptor engine. One is for orbiting Earth, and it is known as the sea level variant. The vacuum version variant will keep moving after being disconnected from the booster. The two engines can be compared when placed side by side, but let me tell you, these high-performance Raptor engines are not that cheap. Each one of them costs millions of dollars, but SpaceX is aiming to cut down the price by making more cheaper and useful material. Musk aims to make the trips affordable to everybody, and he is doing efforts for this purpose too. Elon Musk in one of his tweets said that he is aiming to develop 800 to 1,000 Raptors per year to easily make a city on Mars. Further, he said that it will take by 2050 to create a self-sustaining city on Mars only after launching those many starships there. A single starship can use about 41 Raptor engines, but the total number can be varied. So guys, if it happens in real life and the starship lands really on Mars without any problems, then the future of space is going to change for sure. Man will explore the moon more, along with Mars, and maybe our future generations will be touring space as they tour the Earth in holidays. That's all for today's video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Tell us in the comments section about your views on Starship. Thanks for watching.